If there is one thing that's better than giving back shots to your opponents, it is giving back shots and front shots to your opponents at the same time. In this video, you are going to experience the wonders of Turret Nuke Torb, a stadium menace that causes double trouble for the red team, with twice the fun included. This build is one of the funniest and most creative ways to get their backline to try your Swedish meatballs. So buckle up, Buttercup, grab a snack, subscribe, and let's bounce on it crazy style.
Round 1.
Alright, so when conjuring the build, at first I tried to pick a power that would give me a ton of stadium cash, but that led me to a dead end because Torb has a ton of abilities that give armor or overhealth but don't give you the money you need to succeed. So with the challenge of not throttling ourselves into the mid game with an abundance of stadium cash, I decided to get straight into the meat and potatoes of the build. For power number 1, we're going to go with all grown up. While overload is active, turrets are upgraded one level to a maximum level of 3. In round 1, we are not quite ready to drop nukes yet, which I quickly realized after throwing a couple turret bombs into the enemy backline. So for now, we're going to do a pretty regular Torb playstyle, but with a little more intentionality. You see, the biggest thing we want to do is make sure that we synergize our overload with that level 3 turret upgrade. The goal is to bait enemies into corners or have people push you, use overload for your survivability, and then get the level 3 turret for more damage. Early game, this works really well with dive. Like moths to a flame, they see your sweet succulent Swedish body as sustenance they can consume, until they realize that your Swedish meatballs are not for show. For our greens, we're going to go with 2 1000 stadium cash items and 1 gadget. My personal favorite is charge plating, power playbook, and feathered boots.
Round 2.
Alright, I'm about to put you on for round 2. Now when throwing a turret in the middle of 5 people, there's this slight problem that you might run into if any of the 5 people have actual brains. And that is that, pro tip, you can actually shoot the turret to destroy the deployable. I know, right? How dumb is that? So like, if only we had a power that would give our turret more health so that it becomes virtually unkillable. Oh wait, we do. It's called positive reinforcement. And just like how you can give me positive reinforcement by liking and subscribing to the channel, when a turret is placed, it gains 200 overhealth for 5 seconds. And then there's like some other stuff with your forge hammer, but I ain't whipping out the hammer for no one. Okay, maybe your mom, but I digress. Now don't throw your positively reinforced turrets out in the middle of the team fight thinking that it's freaking immortal. But this power does allow you to throw turrets in places where people can't shoot it as easily. Aggressive off angles are the GOAT turret spots with this power. Any place where you're guaranteed to get 1 to 3 people but maybe not all 5 is going to be the absolute schmoove. And for your items, we're going to be stacking our blues, getting as much ability power as physically possible. First, Nano Cola, and then every other blue, if it has 10% ability power, you're going to try and buy it. If you suck and people are constantly killing your turrets, and you're like, oh no, they're constantly killing my turrets, how else am I going to get my turret back, King Julian? Then you can get Reclaimer's Rig, and that'll reduce the cooldown for people killing your turret. But not really like the best habit to get into. Kind of like how I put quinoa in a quesadilla. It's kind of iffy. Like, it's good, but you shouldn't keep doing it. Your playstyle from round 1 is going to be a little more aggressive. Like I said, we're going to be hitting up off angles. Our turret is a dummy thick bad bitch and she wants to be seen. Other than my wiener, one of my biggest tips I can give you is that you want to synergize your turret with the movement of your tank. I give this tip a lot in a lot of my videos, but sometimes it's that passive team play and coordination that really does make the difference between a won or a lost fight.
Final round.
Alright, it's round 3. We're getting into the late game. We're picking our 3rd power, and at this point we are looking to scale our ability power to the moon. So the next best item to get the most value out of your entire kit is going to be Mag Mini. Now, I know, I'm sorry, it's not a turret power. Please don't crucify me, but this power is just too freaking good. When you use Overload, gain 2 ammo of Molten Core with 66 reduced damage and duration. Now having your ult at 33% isn't the most OP early game, which is why we don't choose it right away. But at this point in the game, with the items you're going to buy, you'll be at 90% ability power, which means that you are cycling bits of your ult, your actual ult, at full damage and more every 10 seconds. That's a lot of damage. Now there is one must pick item that you have to get with your third perk in order to properly run turret Nuke Torb, and that is going to be Lindholm Launcher. 15% turret targeting range, 50% deploy turret throw range, 15% ability power. Now that you are fully kitted out, your turret can be thrown like a freaking Hail Mary, and at 90% ability power, you are launching absolute thickies into the backline. At this point, you're not throwing turrets to be effective, you're throwing turrets to make a statement. In the early game we were hiding, in the mid game we did aggressive off angles, and now in the late game, we're throwing this bad boy in your face. At 90% ability power, you have 538 turret health, and with positive reinforcement, your turret is thicker than Roadhog. Now if you want to be somewhat strategic, I would throw your turret in corners of the team fight and not just directly down the back line. That way, when your opponents are backed into a corner, they have way less options to get in and out, and immediately have exponentially less viable cover to hide from oncoming fire. Turret Nuke Torb is so stupendously beautiful. Kind of like the mole on my right butt cheek, it's an itch you need to scratch, and when scratched the right way, is one of the most satisfying playstyles to play in Overwatch Stadium. I really hope you enjoyed the build today. Torb has a variety of amazing builds to try out, and I've only scratched the surface. And remember, love yourself. Do something nice for someone else. Give your mom a hug. Stay hydrated. And until we bounce on it crazy style again, I will see you on the next one. Toodles!